Is Jack Nicklaus hitting out of a very blind.
Joined by Joaquin Niemann, the captain of Torquay Golf Club on LIV Golf, the reigning Australian Open champion. Mate, it's an absolute privilege and an honour to have you join our tiny little Australian podcast, mate. Thanks so much for your time.
Of course, thank you guys for having me.
It's unbelievable to have you on. The defending Australian Open champion. You won last year at the Australian Golf Club at the Lakes. And the Lakes, it was unbelievable playoff against Rikuya Hoshino, who now has actually just got his PGA Tour card. So very good calibre player. Can you take us back to this time last year, being in Sydney, incredible conditions, massive crowds, but can you take us back to what it was like winning the Aussie Open? Any national open's a great thing to win.
Yeah, I mean, I had great memories from the Australian Open last year, of course. Yeah, I mean, both tournaments. I played Australian PGA the week before and then the Australian Open. And like I say, I love playing in Australia. Crowds, I mean, the people here in Australia, they're big supporters of sports. So that's, they know what they're watching and they're like also having a good time, which is a good combination. So yeah, I mean, Australian Open, there was big crowds. I was actually playing this practice round today, and they have this screen where they were showing my playoff, and it was pretty cool to see from like the TV and seeing all the people there watching, seeing the shots that I hit, which it was pretty cool. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to be back and defend my title for the Australian Open.
We're so happy to have you back. You're making a huge impact in Australia. Team Torquay in particular, you've got a great team. I was lucky enough to spend some time with Sebastian Munoz last year. He played in the Pro-Am with a mate of mine and followed him around. That's how I met
Nice.
Andreas and all the crew. You've got the best logo in LIV Golf as well, I might add. Can we just go back to... Yeah, it was unbelievable. I've got a hat. I've got even a beer hat that Andreas gave us last year. I might pull that out next year and walk around with it.
Oh, I remember.
Got one of those in my house, in my golf room. Can we just go back to the playoff last year and the drama on the final day on Sunday at the Australian Golf Club? It's one of the most. It's going to be talked about for years to come. The two playoff holes where you've lipped out for eagle on the first one and then made eagle on the final hole when Rico went into the bunker. But
yeah.
Can you take us back to the lead up to that? The final hole in regulation, you hit your ball into the hospitality tents and you famously jumped the fence.
Yeah.
What was going through your head then, Wako? It was pretty crazy scene.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I mean, obviously, I was like probably more than an hour before the last group, and yeah, I mean, it's a kind of like a tough finish. It's you got 17, which is a really tough hole, and I ended up making a bogey there, and then I knew on 18. I mean, obviously there were kind of like 5 holes behind me, and I knew kind of I had needed to make a birdie, like for sure to have a chance. Maybe an eagle to have a little better chance. And I know 18, if you hit a good driver, it's kind of like an easy hole because you're hitting a 9-iron, 8-iron to the green, and you can have a chance to make an eagle. And I hit a bad tee shot, missed it to the right, and I was there before, and it's not a really good spot because there are like big trees there. You got all the water on the right, so you might probably gonna have to lay up to the left side and kind of like make an up and down from there. And I was lucky enough that I hit it farther right than I thought. I mean, farther right than where the tree line is. And I was on a perfect lie, perfect grass. I mean, I didn't have a view. All I see was just tents. I mean, the hospitality tents, and I knew somewhere in there it was the green. So I mean, if the tents weren't there, it was a pretty easy shot because I mean the green was right there, just like 170 yards. But the fact that I couldn't see the green and there was water everywhere, I mean, I could have a wrong line. I was hitting a perfect shot and hitting it straight in the water. So I kind of had to go in the middle of the tent. People was there having beers. They were like, "What's going on in here? Is he a player? What's happening in here?" And I was all into it, watching through the windows, trying to see the green, trying to see my ball. I couldn't see anything. So I was like, all right, just gonna kind of like see a target on the distance, maybe like a cloud or something. There was a tree on the side, and I was like, all right, there's 10 flags there. I feel like it's like the third flag on the from left to right. So I'm just gonna aim there, maybe a little bit left, just to make sure that I'm a little bit more dry than wet. And yeah, I mean, I ended up hitting a good shot to my target. I was not sure if it's gonna be good or not, and hit my shot. Then I just kind of like closed my eyes and see if there were any claps or anything. I start hearing some claps. I was like, all right, it's gonna be dry. Then got there and it was, I mean, reasonable distance to an eagle pad, pretty far away, but having a chance to make a birdie, and yeah, I ended up making a birdie.
No, phenomenal. And then we all know the playoff was incredible with yourself and Rico, which I've already talked about. Lipped out for eagle on the first hole, went back and replicated it and got the job done. You're the Australian Open champion. What does that mean for you? So obviously you went to LIV in 2022, and you're playing in these national opens and DP World Tour events for ranking points, I guess, to get yourself major starts. Like, how much pressure do you put on yourself in those situations to, you come out to Australia, it's a big trip, it's a long way to go. How much pressure is there to play well and get the points that you want?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, I like that pressure. I feel like I love having that pressure behind us of having to do and having to accomplish something for something that you're dreaming of. So yeah, I mean, I love having that pressure. I feel like that's one of the reasons that I play with, try to be in those moments the more often that I can, because that's when you care and you enjoy the game. So so yeah, I mean, there was some extra pressure of trying to get into the majors, knowing that I want to be there. I want to win those events, and I felt like it was a little bit unfair to not be there. So yeah, I mean, I had to go and fight for it, which it was pretty cool. I mean, it was a kind of like a different. I took it as a challenge, which it was pretty cool. And then Australian Open, obviously, it's always been a big tournament for every golfer. There's some big names on the trophy, so yeah, it makes a lot of players to come back and have their name on that trophy.
Mate, it's phenomenal that you guys are coming out to our Open, and we absolutely love having you down here. Golf in Australia, you've had a bit of experience now, obviously with the Australian Open last year, the two LIV Adelaides, which are just, I've been to both of them. They're insanely cool and good fun. And you played the 2019 President's Cup as a rookie, so you've even got to play against Tiger Woods and JT with Leash. So, mate, you've got some cool
Yeah,
experiences down here. Can you tell us a bit about your experience with Australian golf and what you like about it?
yeah. I played first time in Australia was for the Presidents Cup in 2019 at Royal Melbourne, and yeah, I mean, I was pretty young. I think I was 20 or 19, and yeah, it was great memories. I mean, I didn't play my best game. I think I was pretty nervous that week, being that young and being the first tee with Leishman, with Mark, and playing against Tiger and JT. I mean, all I wanted was to beat them, and Tiger that day played great. So after that, we could have win that President's Cup, which it could have been amazing. We ended up losing it on the last day, which really sucked. But yeah, I mean, since that tournament, I really love Australia because the crowds were pretty amazing. I mean, I never seen anything like that. And then until we came back to Adelaide for Live Golf, and since then I understand that I'm a big fan of Australia. I'm a big fan for the Australian people that they love the sports here. They're really smart on how they enjoy watching the games and every type of sports, and they love having a few beers and having a good time too, which is great for us because we enjoy that. We enjoy watching the people, being that kind of like high watching the game. So it's been great. I mean, I have great memories. I'm actually really excited for this week for the Australian Open, and then really excited to start the second event of the season for Live Golf in Adelaide in February, which is gonna be awesome. Yeah.
Bigger and better. Experience on the sandbelt, like you mentioned, you played Royal Melbourne. You've come down and had a look today at Kingston Heath. Like the sandbelt's incredible. What are your thoughts on it, and what are you most looking forward to about the Victorian golf course and Kingston Heath, which are amazing?
Yeah, golf courses are amazing. I mean, maybe a little bit disappointed that they're too soft right now. It wouldn't be nice playing extremely firm and like it should be played. I remember Royal Melbourne was fun. I mean, you some shots you gotta really think about it, how to play them off the tee, how to play the second shot. You gotta be smart about it. So yeah, I mean, here it's gonna be a little bit different. He's gonna obviously try to put on the fairway, and then you can be pretty aggressive with the second shots, knowing how soft it is. So yeah, it's gonna be. I think scores are gonna be a little bit low. Of how soft it is, but still going to be a really tough challenge. I mean, Kingston Heath is pretty tricky. We're going to be playing 3 times there, which I think is, depending. It really depends on the weather. I mean, it's up to that, and then yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's gonna be fun.
Absolutely. You're known for your incredible ball striking and shot versatility. I've watched you play at LIV. You've got, you play a low flat shot, which I thought was really cool. You got a high draw and you can play a little cut. So what are you going to bring this week for the Aussie crowds? What are we expecting to see? What's going to get it done at Kingston Heath on the weekend?
Yeah, I feel like there's a few of everything. I mean, there's a few high draws out there. There's a few low fades, and so yeah, I mean, I just try to have some fun of the tee, and just try to do what I normally do.
It's going to be good to watch, mate. I'm going to follow you for sure on one of the days.
Perfect.
Like you mentioned, February we have LIV Golf Edition number 3 coming to Adelaide. Yeah, like I said at the top, you're the captain of Team Torquay, which is my second favourite team. Got to love the Rippers, but you've got an amazing team with Carlos Munoz and me too. You obviously seem like great mates. Entering your 3rd season as team captain, what are we looking forward to, and how are you shaping up for season 2025?
Yeah, Rippers it's a good team to support.
Go on, Dad.
But yeah, yeah, no, we're looking great for this year. I felt like last year we ended up a little bit frustrated, which I feel is good to kind of like get that extra work done and get prepared for this season, because we know how good we are, how strong we are as a team, and we gotta show that on results. So yeah, we're excited for this season. We were ready to win some tournaments and see what's coming for us in Australia, especially because it's a lot of fun for us to go out there, have some fun, and play some good golf.
Mate, really looking forward to seeing you this week. In a couple of months coming back, you had an incredible year. 22 starts, 11 of them top 5 finishes, 16 top 10s, and a couple of wins. Good luck this week. The Aussie crowd's really thankful for you coming down and putting a really cool stamp on our game down here, mate. So all the best, and really appreciate your time. Thanks, Joaquin.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. We'll see you around.
Thanks, Waco. I'll say g'day next time.
There you go. Yeah.
Brother. Take care.
See ya.
At the dinner. See you, mate. Thanks for listening to another podcast from Produce's Clubby Sports Network. If you enjoyed the show, then it would be a massive help if you could like, follow, rate, subscribe, tap the bell, leave a review, or even share it with your friends. If you want to get in touch to share feedback, suggestions, or to advertise with one of our podcasts, then email hello@producer.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.